What if I told you that there's just one rule that you need to follow to manifest everything you've ever dreamed of? Yep, just one. This is Ace Anderson Live. Let's get it. Yo, 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 what's going on, family? Good morning to all you beautiful, brilliant, abundantly blessed beings, and welcome back to yet another present moment. This is Ace Anderson Live, where we connect every Monday morning to provide you with weekly inspirational and entrepreneurial tips and tricks to help you ace your life. So congratulate yourself for making it to yet another beautiful dawn with me, your dedicated guide on this journey of self-discovery and growth. If you don't know by now, I am an actor, a rapper, a filmmaker, a photographer, a poet, the ace of all trades, the modern Renaissance man, Ace Anderson, and I am so happy to be here with you all for another blessed week. Now, as we embrace this first light together, I want to extend a special shout out to all you early morning risers joining in live. Your dedication to starting the week with intention and positivity is what makes the A-Team extraordinary. So grab your favorite morning brew. Y'all know I like to drink alkaline water, and let's explore, illuminate, and inspire ourselves to be better with mindful conversation. Now, today I'm going to be discussing the one rule that you need to follow to manifest everything you've ever dreamed. This is all you got to do. It's so simple. It's so simple, but yet it's quite the challenge because we tend to complicate our lives. And so it becomes a challenge to do this one simple thing. So, as we embark on this week's adventure, let's remember to align our hearts with the fruit of the Spirit, that is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Let us trust these divine nine to guide us on the path to living a life that resonates deeply with our most authentic desires. So, without further ado, let's get it. All right, y'all. So, I want to get straight into it, okay? There's one rule that you need to follow to manifest everything that you've ever dreamed of, right? And the rule is simple. I'm going to give it to y'all. I'm going to put the cart before the horse, all right? I'm going to bury the lead here. The rule is very simple. Follow your excitement to the best of your ability with no assumption or insistence on the outcome. That's it. Think about it. How many of us are grinding, forcing things to happen, and wondering why nothing's clicking, right? You feel like you're doing everything right, but it's like you're paddling upstream. That's because trying to control every detail of how things unfold, right, it doesn't work. Today, I'm going to be breaking down why following your excitement without worrying about the outcome is the secret sauce to manifesting everything and anything that you could possibly desire. Now, this isn't about grinding, it's about aligning. The entire universe works in this very way. So, I can share a quick story. I shared a little bit of it last week in my live stream last week that I was really wanting to create an opportunity for me to perform more, right? And I tried to do all these things. I was really forcing things to happen. I hired a friend to come together to try to put some stuff together, and it just didn't work out. I just was met with a ton of resistance. And it wasn't until I truly let go of the outcome and just trusted in my excitement and trusted in the feelings that I get when I get excited about creating things that I started making way more music. I've made, 3 songs in the last week, and I've been just steady on the grind. I got hired to do a music performance a couple weeks ago, and then at that music performance we got hired to do a wedding which paid us 20 times more, right? And it's like all these doors started opening and I didn't have to force them open, and that's the key, right? So I want to talk about the power of excitement. When I say follow your excitement, I mean listen to that part of you that lights up when you think about something. Excitement is your internal compass. Why is this important, right? Neurologically, when you're excited, your brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is that feel good chemical that's responsible for motivation and pleasure. When you're excited about something, your brain is literally telling you, yes, this is the way, right? It's a signal that you're aligned with what you truly desire. Now, what's really interesting about this is that you actually get more of a dopamine release when you are on the way to something, when you are anticipating something exciting, rather than when you actually have the thing. So truly, the joy is actually in the journey, metaphysically, physically, emotionally, scientifically. The joy is truly in the journey. You experience more of a rush when you're on the way. Think about like being on the way to a vacation or on the way to an amusement park or some place you're really excited to go. You're excited about a restaurant that you're going to try. And you're so excited, you're actually more excited because of all the possibilities of what the thing could be than when you actually have the thing that you're excited about. So excitement and fear are actually very closely related. You know, sometimes you're excited about something and it's mixed with fear because it's pushing you out of your comfort zone. But what's the difference? Okay, fear holds you back, but excitement propels you forward. Fear, a lot of times, will mix our excitement with like anxiety, and we'll think like, oh yeah, well, I was excited about this thing, right? But if there's more fear present, then it's not excitement. The fear that is causing you to act is not going to help you gain a foothold of your dreams. It's not going to help you gain that momentum towards your dreams because you're basically blocking yourself off. Fear is the antithesis of excitement. Fear holds you back. Excitement propels you forward. So Nelson Mandela says courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. So when you're feeling that anxiety for something that you want to do, something that you want to participate in, make sure that you're acknowledging your excitement. Please don't mind. Can you say it in here? So when your fear is present, that is something that you want to triumph over. It's okay. You're going to have fear. There's never going to be a moment in your life where you don't have fear, because fear is a good thing. Fear is a messenger. Fear is telling you, hey, this thing you should be thinking about, you should be considering, right? But it's not to stop you. And a lot of people use fear to stop them from making a decision. And so what you're always, this is the key, you're always actually following your excitement. And what we don't realize is when we don't follow our higher excitement, we are actually that means we're more excited about avoiding the fear, right? So you don't want to do things that are going to make you avoid your fears. You want to triumph over them. You want to gain momentum over them. Act despite the fears, right? Considering them, recognizing that, hey, that's a possibility, but I'm not going to make my focus that thing. I'm going to do what I can to the best of my ability. That's why it's act on your excitement to the best of your ability. Take it as far as you can until you can take it no further. And then let it go. Then you rest. That's why God rested, right? Every day he did some work. He didn't create everything in one fell swoop, right? This is what the story is about. This is what the meaning of this poetry is about. It's about creating in bits and pieces, taking baby steps, right? If you consider yourself to be a god, right? Why not just create everything all in one fell swoop? Well, here's the thing. You are a god, but even gods need to rest, right? You need to take time and a moment for yourself to be able to rest and recognize the good that you have created thus far, right? Appreciate where you are and not needing to have everything manifested all at once. Appreciate it bit by bit. Acknowledge the goodness of the thing that you're creating bit by bit. So don't mistake that little bit of fear for a sign to stop. It's actually a sign that you're moving in the right direction, right? You're moving in the right direction. You're triumphing over it. You can't triumph over it if you're avoiding it. You'll never learn how to face the dragon. You'll never learn how to face the dragon. And the dragons just get scarier and scarier and scarier and worse. And so why not defeat the dragon when it's a lizard or a snake? You can take care of that. And then if you feel like you can take care of that, then maybe you could take care of the bigger thing, right? So triumph over your fears, acknowledge your fears, express your fears, breathe through your fears when they arise. No assumption or insistence on the outcome. This is the crux of the rule, truly. When you follow your excitement, the key is to do it without assuming or insisting on a specific outcome. And I get it. That can be really tough, right? We've been taught to set goals and hustle until we reach them, right? But here's the problem. With that, the momentum you insist on a certain result, right? When you're insisting on a certain result, you're creating resistance. Because anytime things don't look as you imagine, right? Your dreams, here's the thing. Your dreams, your future is brighter than you could possibly imagine. And if you have a big imagination like me, you can imagine a lot of crazy things happening, a lot of amazing things happening for you. And you're not allowing yourself to, you're limiting yourself by your own imagination if you insist on the things that you imagined happening as you imagined them, because things are greater. The future is brighter than you can possibly imagine. The gifts that you can receive are blessings that will overflow that you will not have room enough to receive. Everything that you want, you believe I have room. I can make room for this. I make room. I got room. I got space for this. But when blessings that overflow means that you couldn't possibly imagine the abundance that will come into your life. So if you're not able to imagine that, you're not able to imagine the abundance that will show up in your life, then why are you insisting on it being the way that you thought? Because what if it's better? You're closing yourself off to the possibility that something even better than you imagined could happen. Now, last week I quoted in the Bible Matthew 6:34, which says, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." That's another way of saying stop stressing about the outcome. Handle what's right in front of you. Stop worrying about tomorrow. Worry about what's right in front of you. That's the only thing even worth worrying about. You shouldn't worry at all, but that's the only thing you should even care about worrying about. Right? So you want to handle what's right in front of you. You want to follow your excitement. What is exciting you the most right now? What has even the little teeniest bit more excitement than the other thing? And follow that. take the path of least resistance. And in fact, you want to take the path of no resistance. You don't want to be in this space where you're resisting outcomes. You're resisting the blessing that could be better than what you were thinking of. Don't you want something better than what you could have imagined? And you're stopping yourself, you're cutting yourself off from that. So if you're not religious, right, there's a concept of Wu Wei in Taoism, which means action through non-action. It's about letting things flow naturally without forcing. It's the same idea, right? Take action based on your excitement, but release the need to control how things unfold. You only can control you. That's why one of the fruit of the Spirit is self-control, not universal control, not omni-control. Self-control. That's all you have the ability to control is your own actions. And a lot of times we take so much action that we mess up our own flow. The Tao is great. I love the Tao. What's up, Eve? So practical steps to follow your excitement. How do you actually follow your excitement without getting attached to the outcome? Well, one, identify what excites you. Think about the things in your life that light you up, the things that make you feel alive. It doesn't have to be a huge life-changing decision. It could be as simple as, starting a new project or picking up a hobby, right? Second, take small, inspired actions. You don't have to know the entire path ahead, right? Just like when you're driving in a car and it's nighttime, your headlights don't have to light the path all the way to your destination. But it just lights the couple feet in front of you, and that's enough for you to get to the next space, get to the next space, and get to the next space. So you just take one step in the direction of your excitement, right? Last week I talked about Steve Jobs said it best. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. So just trust that the dots will connect. Trust that I got this impulse to walk outside that for when you look back, you're going to be like, oh, wait, that's why I got the impulse to look outside. Because then I saw that, there was some leaves that fell in the grass and I picked up those leaves. And then when I picked up the leaves, it gave me the idea for a song about leaves being in the lawn. And then, just like the alliteration just stuck to me. And I just kept saying that forever and ever. And then I started writing down the song. And then when I was writing down the song, I came up with this really cool melody. And then the song didn't even turn out to be about leaves. It just turned out to be about this other thing that I've been wanting to write about. But I was stuck on the melody. You can't connect the dots moving forward. You can only connect the dots looking back, right? Third, release control, right? This is where it gets tough. Because once you take action, you have to let go. You have to let go of how you think things should unfold, right? Don't try to control every little detail. When you release control, you make space for the universe, right? You make space for God to take work to work in ways you couldn't even imagine. There is so much happening in your life behind the scenes that you can't possibly know. And you don't even want to know. Don't you want to just do things that excite you? Don't you want to just have a life where you're just having fun all the time and you just get to do fun things and you get to just see things that bring you joy? That's what I want. So follow your excitement with no insistence on the outcome. Follow your excitement to the best of your ability. Finally, visualize success, not as a fixed outcome, but as a state of being. Visualize yourself living in alignment, in flow, following your excitement, trusting that everything is working out for you, even if it doesn't look like it right now. Because that's where I get messed up. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, it's failing, it's not working, it's not working. And as soon as I think that, I create more resistance, which causes it to not work. It manifests it not working because that's where my focus is, and where attention goes, energy flows. So I'm putting more energy into the thing not manifesting, which causes resistance until I let go and just focus on the success, focus on the state of being, of love, of joy, of peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. When I'm feeling that thing, that's what I want to feel at the end of all of this. So why not just feel it right now? I'm just going to, oh, yes, the love that I get to feel, the joy that I get to feel, the peace that I get to feel, and all of the things are just going to happen. I'm just going to see them all align, and that just puts a smile on my face. And then I could just follow my excitement because I don't have to worry about that thing anymore. I don't have to worry about that thing not happening because there's nothing more I can do to make that happen. And in fact, trying to make it happen will make it not happen. Because when I'm trying to make something happen, I'm in a state of wanting. I'm in a state of wanting, and you can't be in a state of wanting and receiving at the same time. They're two different vibrational states. You have to stop wanting it. You have to start believing and accepting and knowing that you already have it. It's already done. When you ask, it is given. It is already for you. You already have it. You already have it. It's happening. It's happening. Stop worrying about it. The only thing you need to worry about is your excitement. Am I excited right now? What am I excited about? Is this thing even a little bit more exciting than this other thing? Let me do that. Let me focus on that. That's exciting me right now. It's really important that you recognize that you have everything that you could ever desire. Last week, I talked about Steve Jobs. You know, he didn't know Apple would become one of the biggest companies in the world. He was just excited about technology and design. And he followed that excitement. And he was just like, everything, just, I'm excited about this. I want to do this. Oh, wouldn't this be cool? Wouldn't this be great? And he didn't let the fear of, oh, it's not possible, and this thing has never been created before, and what if no one supports me, and what if people think I'm stupid, and all of those other negative feelings. He didn't let any of those things stop him. He didn't let any of those things get in his way. He just did it. There have been countless of times in my life where following excitement has led me to opportunities that I could not have possibly planned for. I remember I wanted to be a company member at Dallas Theater Center, and I was just like focused on like making music. This is how acting truly has been in my life for forever. You know, like I'm like not grinding. I'm not doing anything like doing any hard work when it comes to acting. You know, my acting career back in the days, you know, I wasn't like really hustling at it. But then people just kept reaching out to me. I'll be working on design projects. I'll be working as a photographer, and people just kept hitting me up like, yo, hey, Ace, you want to audition for this project? Hey, Ace, we'd love to have you read for this thing. Hey, Ace, we'd love for you to be involved in such and such. And then it just fell together. It's like, oh, now I'm a company member at Dallas Theater Center. I'm getting paid to be acting full time. I'm on stage full time, bro. Just like acting on my excitement. Because I was working on design. You mean to tell me that me working as a graphic designer was going to help me become a company member at Dallas Theater Center as an actor? How do those things even correlate? They don't. But that's what you get when you follow your excitement. Because the thing is that me working as a designer kept me in Dallas. When everybody was telling me to move to New York, everybody was telling me to do this, whatever. And if I moved to New York, I wouldn't have met my wife. I wouldn't have been accepted as a company member at Dallas Theater Center. I was following my excitement. And now we don't even live in Dallas anymore. Now we live in Florida. Still don't live in New York. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking, but Ace, if I don't push hard for my goals, how am I going to succeed? Trust me, look, I get it. But pushing and forcing actually blocks your blessings. You can still have ambition, but it's about acting from inspiration, not desperation. I want you to write that down. Inspiration, not desperation. When you follow your excitement instead of fear, you start attracting opportunities that align with your true desires. And let's talk about doubt. That little voice in your head that says, what if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? Here's the thing. Failure is not the end. It's just a part of the process. I love this saying. I love this phrase. Everything always works out in the end. So if it's not working out, it's not the end. And what I love about this is something that dawned on me the other day is you exist. That is a rule. That is a law of the universe. You exist. So many of us are afraid of death. So many of us are afraid of things not working out, afraid of failure. You will never not exist. You exist. This reality that you're creating, you have created it. You are the center of your universe. You have to exist. You exist. Right? So I exist. This is my reality. I exist. I will never not exist. I will never not exist. And I really need you to understand that. Meditate on that. Because it seems like, what? But when you really start to click, when you really start to get it, it makes total sense. Because you are the center of everything, right? So this world that I created, that I've manifested, right? It exists because of me. I exist. I will never not exist. This perspective of who I am as Ace Anderson, of this life, of everything that I've manifested thus far and will manifest in the future is me. And let's say I transition into non-physical, right? I pass into the next life, right? The next life, whenever that next life comes, it's still gonna be me. Because with new experiences, with different types of experience, with a different set of circumstances around me, with a different manifested life, but it's still me because it's my perspective. This, you can't walk through life with any other perspective. It's yours, your unique perspective. No one will ever be in these eyes and have this perspective on life. Ever. So you will never not exist. So stop being afraid of failing. Like Thomas Edison said, I have not failed. When he didn't make a light bulb, he tried 10,000 light bulbs and none of them worked. He said, I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways to not make a light bulb. So keep following your excitement and trust that even if things don't go as planned, they're still leading you exactly where you need to go. And there are times where you need to go and where you want to go are the same place, but you have to remember that your consciousness is tied to the universal law of creation, God. Your consciousness is tied to God energy, the beginning and the end, the alpha and omega. It is much deeper, much more powerful, much greater than the thing that you believe you want, which is probably not going to serve you if it's different than what you're getting. What you're getting will serve you because you're tied to infinite intelligence. So what you're getting right now, you have to recognize, you have to acknowledge, oh, this must serve me in some way. It has to serve me. This thing has to serve me because I created this. I asked and it is given. So what I want to happen will happen. So even though it seems like whatever is happening right now is not going to happen, is making the dream that I want not happening, there must be something that I don't know from this perspective as the singularity of who I am right now, and I'm not existing in the future right now. I have no idea how these dots will connect in the future. I can only trust that things are happening. So let me stay aligned with my fruit of the spirit. Let me stay aligned with joy. Let me stay aligned with peace and love and kindness and patience and gentleness and self-control. Let me not lose these things, because the moment I lose these things, I start giving energy to more of the thing that I don't want happening. Because I'm so fixated on where I'm at right now. Oh my God, this thing is happening. Oh my God, this thing is happening right now. It's not what I want. It's not what I want. So let me create more of that. Let me put more attention on that. Let me ask the universe to create more of this, to validate my experience that this is what I don't want. Just let me prove to myself, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. Show me. Here, look. This isn't what I want. This isn't what I want. Just keep showing more of it. Just keep showing the universe more of it, and it will keep giving you more. Or you can focus on, wow, this is leading me to what I want. Just keep a solid fixation on what it is that you desire, the visual idea of your success. It's all going to work out somehow. This is crazy because I didn't expect this to happen. What a ride. What a wild ride. I didn't expect this thing, but somehow this is going to lead to that. So I can just smile about whatever this thing is that may seem negative. I can just smile about it because, wow, it's exciting for me to think about how me getting fired right now is going to lead to me being a multi-millionaire. That's going to be crazy to connect those dots. It's going to be crazy to be looking at my bank account with negative $300 in my bank right now and look back. Like, it's going to be crazy to think about this time when I'm a multi-billionaire. This is crazy. I'm excited about this. Like, every time you see something, and anytime you see something that you previously would feel negative feelings about, switch it. Switch to your future perspective. As a 80-year-old, 90-year-old with your family, telling your grandchildren your stories and be like, yo, it was crazy. That was a wild time. Because it looked like things weren't going to turn out. It looked like, but I kept my faith. I kept my faith in my future. I trusted that when I asked for it, it was already given. There is no way that it would not happen. So I want to hear from you. All right. I want to hear about what excites you right now. What's exciting you right now? Clearly, watching this feed is exciting you. Something told you. It's like, oh, let me turn on Instagram. Let me pull up this dude's live. I ain't never watched no live before. It seems like something exciting. What he's saying is exciting me. Oh, man, that was a great message. So, but what's exciting you beyond that? What's the next thing that you want to do? And the next thing, oh, let me go do this. And it doesn't have to be anything profound. I have non-profound excitement all the time. I love that. Somebody said helping people go vegan. Oops. Let me see if I can pull that up. Helping people go vegan and get strong. I love it. I love it. And that's something that excites me as well. I love inspiring people. It excites me to do this. It doesn't feel like a chore. I remember thinking about live streams and feeling like it was going to be a chore to do. And now, like, I figured out a way. I just follow my excitement. I stopped stressing about the outcome. I stopped stressing about what it looked like and is it going to be perfect and do I got all the setups and everything. I stopped stressing about it. I just do what excites me. I don't have a rigid time. I go sometime between 5 and 9 in the morning. I like to go live on Monday mornings, and that's just it. I keep things running smoothly. And so far so great. It's growing little by little, and I love to have you guys here watching. So drop in the comments, let's talk about how you can start taking action based on your excitement. But before we wrap up, I want to do a quick visualization exercise. I want you to, close your eyes and imagine following your excitement, right? What does it look like? Imagine releasing any need to control the outcome. Right? How does that feel? That's the feeling you want to carry with you as you move forward. I love that. Somebody else said, take pain away from people. That's lovely. And I want to invite you. So something like this, right? I want to invite you to flip this idea, because pain is a negative experience. It's sort of a negative word, right? And we don't want to give any attention to it. So rather than taking pain away, which gives energy to pain, it recognizes pain, it makes us acknowledge more pain. Why don't we flip it to healing people, right? I want to heal. I want to focus on healing. I want to focus on growth. I want to focus on strength. I want to focus on abundance, right? That will allow you to manifest more of what you're focusing on. So I just invite you to take a look at those things when you're, especially when, people write mission statements for their businesses and so on and so forth. I want to make sure that people feel like they are, it's really important to make sure you're putting attention on the positive, not onto the negative. A lot of people I want to end hunger, right? To end hunger, it's like, no, you want to satiate people. Because if you're ending hunger, you're never going to end hunger. You're just going to give more attention to hunger, right? Homelessness. You don't want to end homelessness. You want to provide people with homes. You want to provide people with sustenance. You want to provide people with shelter, right? So to sum it all up, the one rule that you should live by is this. Follow your excitement to the best of your ability. Take it as far as you can until you can take it no further. Then you rest without insistence or assumption of the outcome. This is where true manifestation happens. You align with your desires, you take action, and then you let go and trust the process. So my challenge for you this week is to take one small teensy-weensy action based on your excitement. Just one. See where it leads you. Just one. Spend one day just following your excitement. Just one day this week. Don't worry about where it's going to lead. Just trust that you're moving in the right direction. All right? And just like that, we're wrapping up another fantastic session here on the Ace Anderson Show. Big love and thanks to every one of you who joined us live this morning. Your energy and insights light up this community and push us all to level up in every way possible. Now, don't forget, we're here every single Monday morning, bringing that heat to start your week off right. If today's conversation got you fired up, inspired, or just curious to learn more, drop a comment, share this stream, and tell a friend, because word of mouth is the best influencer. Keep Ace Boogie in your thoughts and prayers, and I promise to do the same. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ace Shot That. And remember, we're on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Snapchat, on Twitter, on everything. So come follow your boy, and let's keep the A-Team growing strong. Until next time, remember to always, always, always align yourself with truth, trust, and patience, and I promise you will ace your life. Peace out, y'all.